Welcome to Management Systems Simplified, the podcast series that takes the complexity out of management frameworks and makes them easily understandable. In today's episode, we are diving into ISO 27001, Simplifying Information Security for Beginners. So grab your headphones and get ready to navigate the world of information security with ease. Hello everyone, I'm your host Bukola Bamidele, and I'm excited to have you join me today as we unravel the intricacies of ISO 27001. We'll break it down into smaller, digestible parts using analogies and real-life examples that will help demystify this important framework. So what is ISO 27001? This is an internationally recognized standard for information security management. In simple terms, it is a framework that helps organizations keep their sensitive information safe and secure. So let's look at the first key element, the Information Security Management System, or ISMS as it is popularly called. So picture an ISMS as a dedicated security guard protecting your organization's valuable information. So just as a security guard implements protocols and measures to safeguard a building, an ISMS is a framework designed to help protect sensitive information within your organization. It encompasses policies, procedures, and controls that manage risk and also ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. I would like to mention here that there are three core principles of information security management system. It is called the CIA, C for confidentiality, I for integrity, and A for availability. So let's move to the next key element, risk assessment. So imagine that you're planning a hiking trip, okay? Before you embark on your adventure, you would assess potential risk like rough terrains, unpredictable weather, or encounters with wildlife, yes, lions and the likes of them. So based on this assessment, you would take appropriate precautions to ensure a safe journey. In ISO 27001, we emphasize the importance of conducting a risk assessment to identify vulnerabilities and threats to your organization's information. This enables you to implement a suitable security measures to mitigate those risks, just like preparing for a safe hiking expedition. It's important to know that for you to carry out a risk assessment, you must follow five steps. The first is identification, that is identifying the risk. Second is to analyze the risk. Once you're done with that, you move to evaluate the risk that has been analyzed. Then after your evaluation, you treat the risk. And finally, you review to see if there's any need for improvements or further actions. So that's that for risk assessment. Next up is asset management. Asset management plays a very vital role in information security. So let's think of your organization's information assets as valuable possessions that you own. So just as you carefully track and manage your possessions, ISO 27001 requires organizations to identify and inventory their information assets, also assess their value, and determine appropriate security measures to protect them from unauthorized access or loss or damage. So it's like safeguarding your most treasured belongings. Another key element under ISO 27001 is access control. Access control is another crucial aspect of information security. So let's consider a bank with multiple layers of security to control access to its vault, from having biometric scanners to security guards and key cards. The goal here is to ensure that only authorized personnel can enter. So similarly, ISO 27001 emphasizes the need for access control mechanisms in order to restrict access to sensitive information within your organization. So this includes implementing user authentication, authorization processes, and physical security measures to prevent unauthorized individuals from accessing confidential data. Next is incident response. Incident response is like a fire alarm system in a building. When a fire breaks out, The alarm system immediately notifies the occupant and also triggers an emergency response. So in ISO 27001, organizations are required to establish an incident response plan to handle security incidents promptly and very effectively. So it's like having a predefined process in place to detect, respond to, and recover from information security breaches such as data breaches or cyber attacks. Another key element here is employee awareness and training. This is very essential or an essential component of information security. So let's consider a team of detectives that are receiving specialized training on investigative techniques and crime prevention. This training equips them with the knowledge and skills to identify and handle potential threats effectively. Similarly, ISO 27001 emphasizes the importance of educating employees about information security risk and best practice. It involves providing training, raising awareness, and promoting a culture of security within the organization to ensure that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities protecting sensitive information. And this is very explicit in clause 7.3. So finally, our last element to be considering here is continuous monitoring and improvement. Continuous monitoring and improvement are key to maintaining effective information security practices. So think of a surveillance system constantly keeping an eye on a store, identifying any suspicious activity. ISO 27001 promotes continuous monitoring and improvement of an organization's information security controls. It involves regularly assessing the effectiveness of security measures, conducting audits, and reviewing incidents to identify areas for improvement and also implement necessary changes. This is to ensure that your organization's information security practices stay resilient against evolving threats. So by breaking down ISO 27001 in this smaller, relatable parts, we've been able to uncover a comprehensive framework that helps organizations protect their valuable information, assess risk, control access, respond to incidents, educate employees, and continuously improve their information security practices. So that's all for today's episode of Management Systems Simplified. I'm Bukola Bamidele, and I hope this exploration of ISO 27001 has shed more light on the world of information security. So join me next time as we simplify another management framework. If you'd like to further your learning on ISO 27001, we've got 3 levels of certification course for 27001. We have the foundation level, we have the lead implementer, and lead auditor. You can learn more by visiting our website www.smpp.net to get more information about ISO 27001 certification. So thank you for listening, and remember, simplifying complex concepts is the key to success in the world of management systems.
Standards and best practice, your partner in professional development.